Good evening. Thanks for joining us for 17 News at 6. I'm Jim Scott.
And I'm Rochelle Murcia, and that is our top story this evening. A highly decorated local veteran who became a double amputee during his service is facing a criminal charge while getting treatment for post-traumatic stress disorder. Lance Corporal Jeremiah Thine is charged with 1 misdemeanor count of willful cruelty to a child. While he couldn't say much about the charge as that case is ongoing, he did talk to me today about how he is doing and the Veterans Justice Program. And veterans advocates say his case highlights the increasing need for treatment. Every time we met Lance Corporal Jeremiah Thine,
is this my good side?
From his hospital bed at Walter Reed to his home back in Bakersfield, we saw his bright smile and constant charisma. Today, he tells me, it was all a mask, hiding PTSD.
It was me holding in, doing my absolute best to socialize.
April 20th, 2012, in Afghanistan, the Marine stepped on an IED, pushed a fellow Marine out of harm's way, and sacrificed his legs in the explosion. He says he was immediately diagnosed with post-traumatic stress.
It's almost like a replay button that goes off in your head over and over again of what happened to you and everything you've gone through in a split second. Honestly, we are not normal people. Like, when you take a boy and turn him to a man and then send him to a country where everybody wants to kill him, how do you expect us to come back? Expect us to come back all handy-dandy? Oh, I'm okay, all sunshines? No.
You have to understand everything about this person military-wise.
Defense attorney and veteran David Torres is representing Jeremiah Thine, who in December was charged with 1 count of misdemeanor willful cruelty to a child. That's when an anonymous caller reported possible child abuse against Jeremiah's stepson. The officer found bruising on the boy's bottom, legs, arm, back, and inside of his left ear, plus a scratch on his forehead. The boy told the officer, "My stepdad hit me with the belt." When police asked Thine about the accusation, he told police he was at home watching the children alone. He went to check on the boys and found his stepson holding a pillow over his younger son's face. Thine told the officer he spanked his stepson with a belt approximately 10 times, but it wasn't his intention to strike anything but his bottom.
If there's a charge, we want to know what is wrong with the person and whether or not there is that issue of PTSD, which in this case we believe it is. But what we want to do, most importantly, is ensure that these individuals receive treatment.
When veterans make mistakes and have no one to back them up, how do you think it makes us feel? When everyone's all praising us when we go fight, when we come back and make a mistake, everyone hates you. How are you supposed to respond to that?
Thine says he's getting therapy and it's helping. It's through the Veterans Justice Program supported by the state penal code.
That's their job, is readjustment counseling.
Randy Dicko helped start the program in 2011. There are posters in the Kern County Courthouse telling veterans who to contact if they are in trouble with the law, offering them a chance to get counseling or treatment in lieu of incarceration for most misdemeanors and some less harsh felony cases, if the VA finds they qualify.
Just because you say you're a veteran doesn't mean you necessarily will qualify. They have the ability to assess you, determine if you actually do have PTSD.
We've actually been fortunate here to be able to do pre-conviction mitigation in many cases, but the statute does provide that when they are successful, when they've completed all the terms, for example, of probation, and they've completed whatever counseling or whatever that was ordered, the record can be completely erased.
Dicko says the most common crimes committed by vets with PTSD involve drugs or alcohol. The second most common offense, he says, is domestic violence. Locally, 34 veterans have completed the program with no repeat offenses.
As I tell all of these guys, it's not just you, it's the program. If you mess up, you're messing up the program.
This is not a get out of jail free card. This is not a do not accept responsibility card. All right? This is an alternative sentence. By going through the program, the court can consider that.
Dicko expects the number of veterans like Thine needing PTSD counseling will grow as our servicemen and women return to civilian life.
All I can do is take it day by day.
As Thine adjusts to his civilian life, He says he's still relying on fellow veterans for support and new friends. He has filed for divorce from his wife, and since the charge, has not seen his stepson or biological son, Jeremiah Jr.
Well, I love and miss my boys. I don't care what anyone says about me. I don't care what anyone does to me. No man is perfect.
And Thine says he will be able to see his son next month, and he is in therapy 2 to 3 times a week. His next court date is set for April 3rd.